Harris speaking just some 12 minutes or so at Howard University, her alma mater, where she had hoped to be making, obviously, a victory speech, obviously a very different speech, indeed, though defiant in many ways, but talking about the importance of a peaceful transfer of power and doing whatever this administration can to help the next administration, which is traditional for these sorts of speeches.
She also, look, by and large, it was a very uplifting, positive speech, but there's one line in there that I thought was notable. She talked about how some people might feel that we're entering into a dark period, but these are the words that I think were notable. She said, "In our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States." It jumped out at me because, frankly, it echoed General Milley's retirement speech, where he also, in a rebuke, he didn't mention him by name, President Trump, but there is concern that people don't know what Donald Trump is going to do. And he has said a lot of things that concern people, and I think that line there was directed at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that was a direct hit to Donald Trump, because the line before it was, we must accept the results of this election, engage in a peaceful transfer of power, exactly what he didn't do 4 years ago. And so I thought that that was her way of giving a warning.
Right, absolutely.
But at the same time, doing it very subtly. Look, I think this was very inspirational to young people especially. There's a lot of young women in that audience. I know there's been a lot of talk today about the fact that this is such a blow to the ability for women to rise to the top. We've seen Hillary Clinton lose the election, and now we've seen Kamala Harris, and they both lost to the same man, who many people believe is highly flawed. But I would like to take this moment to say that while there is inherent sexism, I believe that there were so many other factors in this election, and so I choose not to focus on that, because I don't think it helps with our ability to send the correct message to our young people that this eventually will happen.
Mm-hmm. And it's notable, she didn't mention that. I mean, in the Hillary Clinton concession speech, obviously there was the glass ceiling reference. These speeches are hard because while it's inspirational, it's a Band-Aid over a gaping wound. The Democratic Party had a devastating night last night, and they will be picking up the ashes for that for a long time. And I would also say, in the Democrats' own telling of this race, this was not a normal election. This was a referendum on our political system. It was their last chance to kind of stop Donald Trump's Project 2025 nightmares, and to fail at galvanizing the country and rebuking that, I think cannot be understated in its impact. Only thing I would also add, though, is it is not as if Democrats throughout this experience have acknowledged people's concerns about the political system and the frustration I often hear on the road, and say, this is how we would make that better. Their response is usually, what Donald Trump is promising is bad. And I think for the next version of what Democrats want to offer, they have to start from a place of acknowledging the concerns that they have failed at lecturing over, whether that be inflation or folks' concerns about the political system working for them.
You know, it's interesting. I was just reading in your newspaper, the New York Times, Bret Stephens wrote a piece. He voted for Harris. He said he voted for her reluctantly. He's a conservative. But he said, right now, my larger fear is that liberals lack the introspection to see where they went wrong, the discipline to do better next time, and the humility to change. He also went on to say the Democrats become the party of priggishness, pontification, and pomposity. Do you think that there will be this? Because it is very tempting to just sort of blame voters, to blame whomever, and not look at maybe missteps that your own party did.
That's why I said there are so many other factors as to why she lost. I mean, let's just look at a college campus, for example, where my kids are, 2 separate college campuses. They told me that some of their Jewish friends, including young women who are Jewish, were voting for Trump because it was a single issue for them this election because of Israel. And so I said to them, even over abortion, and they said, yes, that's who. So I think that piece of the puzzle was undersold in the way in which some Jewish people, I believe, flipped their votes as a result of that. Also, you saw a lot of signs across the nation saying, save girls' sports. I think that the whole transgender issue was also undersold as to how that resonated with Trump followers and the Trump base. I think that that was a huge thing as well.
I think we can say pretty clearly the Democratic Party in the 2019-2020 time was the leading discourse, the folks who were driving the discourse there was a very specific lens of kind of progressive, identity-driven language. And even as early as 2020, the defund, the progressive, the left kind of messaging was not landing even among Black and brown communities. And so we have to expand the identities we think about when we talk about identities, not just race, gender, or sexuality, but class, but education. All of these things are informing folks' vote. And I would just say, I was thinking back to the interview I had with Kamala Harris last year, where I asked her, if the administration is accomplishing its goals on inequity and specific to Black communities, why was Black turnout so bad in the midterms, right? And her answer there was, ask me after 2024. That was the level of dismissiveness they have been coming to these questions.
And again, we should just point out, it was the language of 2019, Kamala Harris, which hurt her campaign this time because of the issues she was talking about then, the positions she was taking then versus her now. I want to go back to Dana.
Thanks, Anderson. And Congressman Kinzinger, I want to start with you. Actually, first, before I ask you about it, I just want to play for our viewers again what Kamala Harris specifically said when she discussed the importance of the peaceful transition of power.
We must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny, and anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States.
As we were watching that live, I turned to you because that was why you decided to speak out against Donald Trump when you were still in Congress, because of what happened on January 6th and beyond. And so for you, as somebody who is, you're still a Republican, supported Joe Biden and then supported Kamala Harris, how important was that?
I think it's really important. I mean, look, Democrats are not going to, and we're not going to defend democracy by Democrats becoming what Republicans are. I mean, look, if Donald Trump would have lost, we would be struggling with a transition of power right now, let's be honest. But this is kind of like adults in the room. This is Kamala saying, look, we're going to be adults about this. This is more important than any political party, because in 100 years, if democracy still exists, and I think it will, it's going to be very important that we maintain that tradition. The other thing that was really important for her was beginning to outline the future mission. We can be gracious in defeat, but still have to defend the Constitution, and that is the call that we have now. And I thought she did very effective for a speech, a concession speech, which usually doesn't get a lot of play for a long time. But I thought that was effective in what she needed to do.
One of the most powerful speeches that I ever witnessed in person, and I've covered politics for a few years, was when John McCain gave his concession speech in Phoenix, Arizona in 2008, and he had the same kind of theme. It was up against a backdrop of peaceful transition of power being quite normal, as opposed to the point that she was trying to make. But still, we can't take that for granted.
We can't take it for granted, certainly not with Donald Trump being in office, and we don't know how he will play out over the next 4 years. When it was his turn to do this, he was sort of petulant about it. He didn't have a concession speech. He didn't even show up at the inauguration. So I think a lot of people worried that we would be able to have this kind of a progression from one administration to another. It'll be interesting to see if Donald Trump shows up at the White House with Joe Biden and they have one of those traditional meetings. But maybe he doesn't have to go because he's already been there before.
Well, but it's symbolic. Yeah. Brenda, I want to actually do something maybe a little bit different, which is I want to bring you in, but also John King is at the Magic Wall. Brenda was talking about the exit polls and the focus groups that you've been seeing. And John, what she was talking about was this realignment that we saw last night and where the votes are. Maybe I'll just bring you in, Brenda, to ask about the coasts and the kind of voters who voted for Democrats versus Republicans.
Yeah, well, I think it's important for Democrats as they have their introspection and their soul searching like we had in 2008. It's their turn now to really think about their base keeps pushing them so far to the left on issue after issue. You know, it started with defund the police, and it's sort of cascaded from there. And think about who's going to control the party, because right now they are a party of white, college-educated elites and black women. That is sort of their core, and as Republicans chip away more and more of working-class voters, voters that are not happy what they're seeing with the economy, not happy what they're seeing at the border, not happy with wokeism, they're going to continue to bleed those voters. So the only place that Kamala had gains, was a narrow slice. Everybody else went red.
Yeah,